Greetings. This is Dr. Robin R. Bradley Bay, THD, coming at you from my estate here in the North Gate. Today is my birthday. Holla. My solar return. Yeah. So happy birthday to me. I am so grateful. Truly blessed. And I just, I know, it's, I'm just, I stand in awe of him, the great I am, who was and is to come, can do all things but fail. All things but fail. Yeah. I'm just, right now, I got a smile on my face. So wide that, like big old Kool-Aid smile. You just need a chisel to break it. What I'm instructed, what? Don't wait till the battle is over to shout now. Because you see, the battle doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the Lord. Because again, I'm more M-O-O-R-E than a conqueror through Christ, the unique one in the family that strengthens me. When I am made weak, then he is made strong. Because greater is he that is in me than he that is of the world. I've certainly been brought with a price, and I am not my own. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all of the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And I ain't talking the Lord of Londons, y'all. I'm talking about that great I am, Yahshua HaMashiach. Yeah. You know what? Yahshua. Y'all know that name, Jesus, right? Yahshua HaMashiach, the Messiah. The great I am. Yeah. Straight like that. Straight like that. You know what I mean? I could say I love him today, you know what I mean? But I challenge anybody out there to show me where he tells you to tell him, you know what, in the Bible, where he tells you to tell him that you love him. No, he says, you know what, if you love me, then you'll walk upright before me. You'll keep my commandments. Because with your mouths you say you love me, but in your heart you're far from me. I just want to thank him for all that he's done for me. Yes, the vision has been set for an appointed hour. And I am to give, we are to give thanks in the good times and the bad, for this is the will of God, the great I am, not the government ordinance department. But this is the will of God concerning us. We are to give thanks in all things, because what the enemy means for evil, God means for good. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes, you know, he just got, you know what, you know, either, you know, he'll send it, you know, storms your way, or he'll allow it. I mean, you know, you heard of, you know a Jonah story, right? Right? He sent that storm. Y'all dig me? He sent that storm. You know what? Or he will allow it. Y'all just gonna have to do the research. Y'all don't know y'all Bibles. Y'all know y'all Bibles. Come on, your Bibles. Come on now. Come on, saints. Wake up. Wake up. I need y'all to come on up higher where victory lives. You heard me? So, back on the ranch. You know, look. Yeah. In my weakness, he's made strong. No, you know, see, he came, as y'all seen, the huff and puff and blow my, you know what, my whole thing down, right? That's his job, to kill, steal, and destroy. But as for me and my house, we gonna worship the Lord, and not of London's, the great I am, who was and is to come. You know, yeah, the true worshipers in the last days. The Bible tells us the true worshipers shall worship him in spirit and in truth. And I had already told y'all the church ain't that building on the corner. The great mount, and the greater mount, and the greatest mount. You know, you put whatever you want on the end of that, but he ain't coming back for that building. He's coming back for, you know what, the church, which is you. If he's in you, then he's coming back for you. He placed an earnest deposit down the inside of you. Yeah. You know, like an earnest deposit like you place when you go and buy, you know, a home, or you have, you know, intentions on buying something. Then, you know, you put down an earnest deposit and say, look, I'll be back. You know what, with the balance on that. You know what I mean? No, but you know what, you put that on lock, because you know what, that's mine. I don't put that, I got that on lock. So, you know what, he placed his spirit in us. See, but you know, y'all, we get, you know, you can do, you know, a couple of things with the spirit that ain't right. You know, you can quench him, or you can grieve him. Now, when you quench the Spirit of God, then that means that, you know what, when he wants you to do something and you don't do it, that's quenching him. That's putting him out. And when he wants you to do something and you won't do it, that's grieving him. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You know what? You want to be obedient. No, because that's what he's called you to, obedience. He hasn't called any of us. Again, I challenge you to show me that in the Word. When he called us, you know, this whole prosperity thing. He ain't called. Look. You know what? Look, real rap. You know, y'all need to look up that word, prosperity, because he ain't called none of us to be successful. He called us to be, you know what, faithful stewards over what he gave us. Faithful stewards. Because you ain't bring nothing into this room, and it's for certain you ain't taking nothing out. I mean, but you know, yeah. So, you know, don't hoard up for yourself, you know, all of this stuff. No, he says put up for yourself treasures. Y'all know where. I mean, I ain't got to tell y'all everything, and I shouldn't have to tell you, because you should know. And if you don't know, then you know what? You need to do the research, and you need to come to know him for yourself. But getting back to that word prosper, everybody thinks it means to get paid. I'm digging me, and you know what? And again, you need to exegete the word. You look at the original text, you know what? And like the etymons do, you know what? And scholars do, get a lexicon, look at that root word, and see what it means. In many respects in the word, it does not mean to, has nothing to do with Federal Reserve notes, has nothing to do with filthy lucre, because there ain't no money, first of all. I already told y'all that, they're Federal Reserve notes, a debt to pay in the future, okay? So, all that, yeah. Straight time to clean up your concepts. Read it. Black Laws Dictionary, you know what? You can go online and, look, you might want to try somewhere like the third, fourth edition. They're more expansive and give more of a case, case law and things like that. But, what these words really mean. Currency and, stuff like that, yeah. That word prosper, means, to succeed in the thing with which God has sent it to do. And I'm not talking about the government or the department. I'm talking about the great I am, who was and is to come, Yahshua HaMashiach. Remember, some know him as Christ, the unique one in the family. Some know him as Jesus. Know him as, God. But again, you can change the name, but you can't change the identity. Oh, he's all that. As we would say back in the day, all that in a bag of chips. But that's what that word prosperity means. Looking back at, Abraham's story, when he sent, out his, his right-hand man to get, a shorty as a wife for his son Isaac. He said to him, I pray that you prosper even as your soul prospers. Do you think, Abraham, who definitely had it going on, didn't want for nothing? As the Bible declares, the steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord. This man's steps are ordered. He ain't wanting for nothing. You think he told his main man, I pray that you get broken off, some money. I pray that, you get paid, on your lookout. No, he was saying to him, I pray that you succeed in the thing which God has sent you to do, and find a shorty for my son. And he did. So again, if you think that, that word refers to money, then why are you constantly saying, no weapon formed against me shall prosper? Well, if the word there meant, it's prosper, it says, and you quote it all the time. Come on now, you do. You do. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And that's a true statement. Because, people done brought up stuff against us, and it's not going to succeed in the thing where it was sent to do. But you need to read about that and watch what you say, and know what you're talking about. No. Don't go off of hearsay. But you need to know, study, to show thyself approved, the workman unto God, the great I am, who was and is to come, Study to show thyself approved, a workman unto God who needs not be ashamed, but rightly divide the truth. Okay? So you look that up, the very person who said that, Isaiah, no weapon that's formed against me shall prosper, if it meant money, and it didn't, it means, that those weapons that's being forged against you, are not going to succeed in the thing with which they were sent to do. But if you look at Isaiah, the one who said it, that guillotine that was, or was it? No. In fact, they chopped him in half. So whatever that weapon was that was forged against him, it really looked like it prospered against him because, yeah. So I mean, like really know what you're talking about. We're instructed. Not to be concerned about the one who can take away your life, but who can take away, your life and your soul. Because the enemy comes but to kill, steal, and destroy. I mean, yeah. He's just, wow. I love him because he first loved me. And that while I was yet a sinner, he died for the ungodly, of whom, I was. And he paid a debt he did not owe, and I owe a debt I could not pay. So for this, I am eternally grateful. As we are all fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. Created he him man in his image. Let us make man in our image. So newsflash, there's no designs on God to die. So if you're made in his image, there's no designs on you to die. You know what? You will make your bed in hell, or in heaven. I mean, he wrote it, I quoted that, y'all go all up in there, like I said, and, mix it up and get it all, twisted and, get it all knotted, you know what I mean? And deceive the people, and you have, but you know what? No. When you seek me with your whole heart, you'll find me. And you know what? No. He's a covenant keeper. And if he got to snatch you up by the nape of the neck, you know what? When you falling down, and gotten all dirty because we got to present the church spotless, without blemish, and y'all, some of y'all need a bloodbath. Y'all need to be cleaned up. I mean, me too. I'm not, listen, you know what? I ain't no greater, holier than thou. You know what I mean? No. But yeah, just, be slow to speak, quick to listen, hear the word of God and do it. Wow. I know, I'm like, I'll be all over the place with the word. Because, people all over the place. You know what? You got to, meet a person at their point of need, So, some of you, are more advanced than others, and, some babes out there, and then, there's some, some grown folk in the Lord. You ain't no babe. But And you got, you know what, those crooked mouths, you know, no, doing dirt. No pastor straight up doing dirt. No, where the word clearly tells us, in Galatians, if you one, if you catch one overtaken in a sin, restore such a one in gentleness. Yeah, he's talking about babes there. If you go to the book of Timothy, he says, if you see leadership, caught in sin, rebuke him sharply before all, so that all might see and fear. But they flip the script, and they'll do that to the babe. They will put him on blast. But they'll take that leadership, and sweep it under the rug. Stop, y'all, stop. I'm calling you on it. It ain't me. This is a checkup from straight up from the neck up. You know what I mean? Because like that's foul. That's foul. Don't do that. No, and we're gonna go. No. The Holy Spirit will read you, write you, and erase you. Believe thou this. No, don't be out there preaching the word. It says, and telling everybody, what thus saith the Lord, right? And you doing anything you want, you better check yourself and make sure that you're of the faith, lest you be a castaway. Talking about Lord. Then we do, he said, many shall come on that day saying, Lord, Lord. But we did these things in your name. You're gonna say, you know what? You're right. You sure did use my name, and you used it in vain. You used it to gain access. You know what I mean? Because you used my name and it opened up many doors. And then you got in, they put down their righteous banners and they let you in, and you ran rawshod all over my people. Yeah. And so he's going to say, away from me, you doers of iniquity, I knew you not. So to know what to do and do it not is sin unto those that know to do it. Straight like that. Mm-hmm. And after learning the truth, please hear what the Spirit is saying to the church, to the circle of seven, to his people. After learning the truth, you still want to believe a lie? Well, I'll give you over to that lying spirit, and I will send you a strong delusion. So we all know what a delusion is. You think, something is that ain't. So you just know your thing is tight. You just know your thing is right. You just know, you are just anchored and rooted and just, you got it like that with him. Really? Really? Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Come correct. You know what I mean? When he rebuked Abraham for sleeping with Hagar, when clearly, that was not the plan. I would submit it sounds a little bit like that's where we get, the term Sarah get from, because she said, oh, you know what, I'm like, past my years of childbearing, and I'm barren. I ain't even, got it like that no more. My joint and cut off at the whole nine, like, so what? But he must mean what your great God, your great I am must mean. See, no, they didn't hear from him. Only the patriarchs. I mean, his boys, the people that he used, and he would tell them to go and thusly tell my people this and tell my people that, but they didn't have, access directly to him. They only knew him by his attributes. Jehovah Nissi, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nissi, all those things. God my provider. God my healer. God, my Prince of Peace. All of that. And the L's. El Rafa. El Elroy. It's all that. They knew his attributes, but they didn't know his name. See, and Jesus says, Yeshua is an attribute. It's the grace of God. He's the grace of God. Yeah. Yeah. Told y'all. Do your work. You know what? And that ought to be a good work. You know what? Because only what you do for Christ, the unique one in the family, will last. You know what I mean? I told y'all I'll be all over the place with it because, I just flow from the top. I don't, it just comes like, like straight out of my heart. That's why he told us to hide the word in our heart, so we might not sin against him. So no, I don't have my Bible, present, with me. No, but I am I'm a couple of things, all wrapped up into one. Yeah, I mean, no, definitely, the spirit of David. You know what I mean? Giant slayer. Yeah, I go after the head. All these heads. So because wherever the head go, the body go. So that would mean pastors. That would mean leadership. I go after the head to take it off and take my sword and stick it in it. You know what? And you know what? And you know what? Dispose of it. No, and you got, Jeremiah the weeping prophet. You know what? Yeah, I weep. You know what? For the loss for his people. You know what? Even, for this world. Because, the word declares that he wishes that none would perish, but that all would come to the saving knowledge of Christ Jesus, the unique one in the family. Yeah. Bring him the fruit. Bring him the fruit of his labor. And that will be souls. You know what? He said, if I be lifted up, I will draw all men into myself. Why are y'all doing that? I'm talking to the heads now. Why y'all drawing people to yourself? Everybody worshiping you. Making sure you stay in a fine ride. And in a big old house. And you know what? And you know what? paying all the bills and, and stealing people money. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what you're doing. You're doing, because tithing, is not for the church. Ooh, yeah, she did. Oh, yes, she said. Oh, yes, she did go there. Yes, she did. That's what she said. No, that's exactly what I said. And that's exactly what I meant, because that's exactly what he says. Yeah, I'm dig me now. You know what? First of all, look up a tithe. They have nothing to do with money in the first place. Because like I said, there ain't none. First of all. No. No. Take my tithe and put it in a storehouse. It was really a storehouse, y'all. Really was. With grain and wheat and, and all kind of, stuff like that they would store up. And so they would take a pilgrimage, to that storehouse, and and they would have a feast off of the tithe, off of, you just, everybody ate, drinking was merry, happy, joy. You know what? What Deuteronomy tells us, on the 7th year, they were instructed to give the tithe to the indigent, to the whores and the prostitutes and the, the drug dealers and, the homeless and everybody who was, an outcast and they had nothing. Do y'all see the church doing that today? No. I don't see you giving nothing away. So if you're going, don't do your thing. You know what I mean? Don't use God. I suggest you go use somebody else's name. You know what I mean? To lie in, but you don't want to be, lying. In his name, straight lying. You know what I mean? No, the tithe, no, the church is not required to tithe. In Corinthians, look it up. The instruction there is to, make it up what you're going to give and give cheerfully. And not of necessity. We hear that preached. So for where you're going. So if you want something big, then give big. Well, that's out of necessity. You need this, so you give God. What? You trying to pay God off? What? I give you this, you know what I mean? And you give me that. No, it don't work like that. No. And in fact, upon further research, you look at, money and, there was